title for the video today is Conspiracy, Ignorance, or Both. For a long time, I have been accused of being a conspiracy theorist, as if that is a bad thing. I have close friends who have bought into the damned lie that what you resist persists. Because of this hellish belief propagated by those who are clueless regarding the world we live in, the conspiracy against humanity by demons and humans without conscience continues unabated. Actually, as more people wake up and allow the awful truth to sink in, the conspiracy becomes more and more obvious. They don't want us to wake up, since that would upset their plan for total world domination. However, humanity is waking up. Spiritual truths are finally sinking in despite the propaganda against the truth that liberates. If we don't know how we got where we are, we'll never know how to change the circumstances that enslaved us. To me, conspiracy is not a theory. It is an obvious reality. Isn't it time for you to stop embracing the ignore doctrine or dogma and let go of the resulting ignorance? Silence is consent. Once again, I have a night where I didn't get a whole lot of sleep. I kept waking up, and I've been awake for 45 minutes or so this most recent time. But sleep has been very, very difficult for me because of the world that I live in and the pressures that some would say, put on myself. But I mean, am I putting them on myself when it's coming from the courts, when it's coming from attorneys that are lying and crooked, and the whole system is run by psychopathic individuals who rise to the top, demon-possessed people, maybe even demons themselves, or fallen angels that want control, control, control. Are we ever going to be free? We're not going to be free if we continue to be silent about our situation. If we continue to believe that we are slaves, that our name in all capital letters is actually us, which it isn't. If we continue to believe these things, we are self-deceptive. And it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. I had something open. Wait a minute. Of course, I closed my browser, but I wanted to read something from Anna von Reich, and if I open the browser, then there's too much memory being used, and I'm still on my old computer, although there's a new one coming in. There's just not enough memory on this computer to operate the way that I would like it to. I've doubled the memory in the one that I ordered, and of course I've got to transfer files and do a whole bunch of stuff to get the new one up and running well. But in any case, I suggest that you look at Anna von Reich. She has a wealth of information, blowing the whistle on the Pope and the Catholic Church and the whole demonic system that has been operating on this planet for a long, long time, but especially in the last couple hundred years or so. It has gone out of control. And folks, if we don't wake up, we are the sleeping giant. We are the ones that have the actual power. When we believe we are powerless, when we believe we are hopeless sinners, and that we have to look to some God out there, and we don't recognize that we are the children of God here, now, right now, not in some heaven in the future, but right now, here, we are the ones that have to change it. We are the ones that have to wake up. There's a conspiracy to get us to stay asleep. And the conspiracy is run by people that may be well-intentioned when they say that what you resist persists. I mean, I've seen some of these people, and I've liked and loved some of these people, and I've resonated with them to a large degree. But the basic principle of silence in the face of humongous deception is insane. It's absolutely insane to not stand up and say, wait a minute, I am a living human being. I am a child of God. And I have natural rights that are inherent in my being itself. I am not a slave. I am not an all-cap straw man or straw woman. I am a real human being. I am alive. I'm not dead. And we need to stand in that truth and rise up together. As long as they can keep us divided, as long as they can keep us fighting over which religion is the true religion. There is no true religion. The true religion is remembering who we are and being in a living relationship with the Creator who made us in her image. That's the reality that we have to come to grips with, and we have to come home to, because it is coming home. And then all of the scams, all of the conspiracies will no longer be able to work once we start establishing the truth. The truth will liberate us. But silence is not how you establish truth. Silence is not how you move into a higher realm. You don't do it by being quiet when your identity has been taken away from you. Silence is consent. That's the way the current system works, and God apparently allows it to work that way. If we don't know enough to stand up for our rights, then we don't have any rights. We only have rights because we recognize who we are, and we recognize the gift that we've been given in our creation. Not just when we were born, but when the whole human race was created. We were created as little gods, sons and daughters of the living Creator. Whatever that is, whatever God is, we are offspring of that creation. And then there's a lying creation that was allowed to come in and take over. The Luciferian rebellion, whatever you want to call it. This came and it took root on the planet Earth, and the planet Earth has been tainted and poisoned ever since by the lie that it's not a lie. We are ignorant, but it's time to let go of our ignorance, and we can't do that unless we see the conspiracy that took our freedom from us, that took our rights away, our natural rights, our God-given rights. We need to see these things, folks. We need to come to grips with the reality. Yes, we can rail against a lot of things, as I do, as others do. But until humanity rises up and takes back our natural power, which is knowing the truth, that is our power. You shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. But the lies will never set you free. You will never be set free by a lie that silence is, or that silence is what is required. That you just acquiesce and whatever is what you resist persists. That's a lie. That's a lie. You have to resist what is not true. You have to resist it. If you don't, you're in agreement. Again, silence is consent. We've got to get this through our heads and, more importantly, into our hearts, and rise up and become the people that God created us to be. And then we will have the planet that God created us to have. But it's been a poisoned planet because we have allowed ourselves to be denigrated to a lower standard than what we were created to be. Are you ready to wake up yet? Are you ready to recognize the conspiracy that has been launched against us by unholy personages, whether in the physical or non-physical realm? It doesn't really matter. They have stolen our identity. Are you ready to take your identity back? I'm ready to take mine back, and I'd like a lot of people to join me. Please do that, and thank you for listening. Namaste.